There we go. Hello,
Hey.
everybody. Hey, I think we have made it. We're going to be doing the live stream
We're gonna try our
tonight.
best.
We're experiencing just a small amount of technical
Yes.
difficulties, so we probably are not going to be able to show off some of the comics that we like to do the way we like to do it.
Yeah, the top-down camera is acting
Yeah,
up a little bit
but
today.
we'll still get to you know talk about something.
I mean, it's the big day.
It
You're
is the
wearing both
it's
the
it is.
shirts.
I came prepared. That's the big release tomorrow.
Now the question is, did you wear a Roosevelt Superman one and then a Spider-Man T-shirt whenever that came out, or
Yes, I did. I inverted them.
that's clever. I like
Yeah,
that.
I'm pretty fashionable. Everybody knows me. I'm a pretty fashionable guy. But anyway, yeah, like we'll just jump right into it. It might be a little bit of a shorter episode tonight since we're
Yeah,
not going to be able to really dig deep into
right.
some
We
of these
can't
books,
flip through a
but
lot of the pages,
there's
but
only like actually a couple of really new things. Most of it is just a lot
ongoing.
of ongoing stuff that I have been enjoying that I will make mention of. But
Yes,
we are of course always going to start with the facsimile reprints.
that's where we have to
And
begin.
there were a couple. I mentioned them last week. There were a couple of facsimiles that released for Superman Day just this last Saturday, and we do still have some in the store. So there is a reprint of Action Comics
Classic.
#1. I mean,
You got
it's
it.
Action Comics #1. It's the first
It's the most
Superman
iconic
story.
comic cover of all time.
Exactly. So they put out DC put out one of these. We still have some of these in the store, but they also put out Action Comics #252, and this is, as you
Oh,
might be able to tell from the
the
cover,
cover,
the
the first
first
appearance.
Supergirl, which
Oh,
Supergirl's kind of a thing right now with the new
yes.
movie coming
Oh,
out.
yeah.
So very cool that DC put. I think they put this out last year as well. So I'm glad that they're
Yeah.
putting out some more. Which by the way, I really like this comic. This is a
Is
good.
it like actually really good?
It's a good story. Yeah, it's a good Supergirl story.
Ah,
Her origin. I mean, it's pretty much her origin that they've used in most modern version is pretty much like to the letter what it is in
consistent.
here. Yeah, they keep
Interesting.
it pretty much the same, and it has a really like hashtag wholesome panel
Oh,
where like Superman uh like it ends with Superman welcoming Kara into his family, and then
oh,
the caption is like, "Oh, for the first time in his life, Superman is happy because
oh my god.
he has a relation, like a family
Yes.
member," and
Yeah.
it's like it's
Oh.
like so schmaltzy, but it's kind of cute.
Sometimes you need that these
Yeah,
days.
exactly.
We're going through too much.
Oh, tell me about it. And they're but so they're those are the two. These are the two that were released for Superman Day.
Yes.
But we still have some in the store. Also coming out tomorrow, facsimile reprint of Detective Comics 577. This is
Ooh.
continuing the Batman Year Two story,
Oh.
and I wish I could show this on the downward stream because this has art by Todd McFarlane, and
Oh, very nice.
this is early work from Todd McFarlane at DC before he moved over to Marvel and
Sure.
started drawing Spider-Man, and the rest is
Yes.
history. But yeah, I'm glad that DC is reprinting this. I've never actually read Batman Year Two, and
Yeah.
so it's kind of neat being able to read it in like a monthly format. I've said before that's why
That was neat.
I like that they do these facsimile reprints so you can kind of read it as it was originally released,
Yes.
not just like blast through it, in a
Sure.
trade
I
paperback.
mean, it's kind of like the difference between like the binge model of like releasing a whole show versus a week to week where like you could talk
Exactly.
about it with other comic people and be like, "Oh,
Yes.
did you read this month's issue?" and stuff like
Exactly.
that.
Yeah. And I do think that is something that is lost with like trade paperback reading,
Right.
and like you said, binging and streaming. Like
Sure.
you lose something when you're not keeping up with it
Because
week
like
by week.
everyone's in different places too, so
Yeah.
you really can't like discuss it as much. But I'm sure there's like a Reddit thread somewhere where they're like, "Oh, did
Un-
you read this month's
Undoubtedly.
facsimile?"
Yeah. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm the only person that's actually reading
He's the only
facsimiles,
one
but
in the thread.
it's just me talking to myself. Another facsimile coming out tomorrow is an issue of Archie, and look at that cover. That is just, I mean, this is why this book is reprinted
It's a
because
fantastic
it's
cover.
Archie with Frankenstein. I mean, what else do you need? And
He just hangs out with everyone.
it's Archie had some good covers. This issue is from 1962, I believe, and the story is pretty
Oh.
funny because it's also a little deceptive because it's not actually Frankenstein. It's just an ugly butler,
Oh, they're just
and
bullying this
they're
poor
just bullying,
guy.
this poor guy. Like they make a joke. They're like, "Oh, why do you make your butler wear that makeup?" And he's
Oh
like,
my
"He's
god.
not wearing makeup. That's just his face."
No. It's just a poor disabled man
Yeah, man, poor.
trying to make a living.
Yeah, but anyway, classic Archie, classic covers, good stuff. This is like one of those. It's not like a full facsimile; it's like a half facsimile,
Okay.
which is the Savage Sword of Conan Reforged. These are reprints of classic Savage Sword of Conan comics. So this issue is like these would have originally been released in like the 70s or the 80s,
Okay.
but now they're colored. So Titan
Oh,
is
so that's
putting
what you
out,
mean by like kind of like
it's like a
half
half facsimile. It's
facsimile.
not a full
Interesting.
facsimile of the whole thing, but as you can see, they're reprinting
Wow.
the original stories, but like in full color. And so this is a classic story by Roy Thomas and John Buscema, who they did a lot of Conan work back in the 70s.
Sure.
Cool stuff. I love me some Conan the
Of
Barbarian,
course.
and I especially like the old stuff. So yeah, very very happy that
Very
they're putting
neat.
these out. Let's see. I have so much regular stuff in my poll. I don't even know
Sure.
what to start with. Oh, I think I talked about this series, Kaito 84, issue 1, when it came out.
Oh.
I loved this issue. If you're a fan of Usagi Yojimbo, you should read it. And if you've never read Usagi Yojimbo, you should still read this because
Is
it's
this like a standalone
it's a
or?
standalone series. It takes place in 1984 about a character that's just like a descendant of Usagi Yojimbo. And so it's in
Oh,
sort of like the future of the Usagi Yojimbo
like
world, the
universe?
universe. Right. So it takes place in like 80s cyberpunk Japan.
Oh,
And
that's really
the
cool.
main character is kind of like, a little bit of a scoundrel. Like
Sure.
they got to get the gang together for one last job before they can go straight. It's
Yeah.
really, really good. It's not by Stan Sakai. That's another thing, too. The Usagi Yojimbo
So is this
creator.
new or?
This is brand new. Yeah,
Okay.
it's two different creators, Zach Rosenberg and Jared Cullum, and I don't know how they got I don't know how they pitched the series or they got Stan Sakai's blessing to do it,
Sure.
but I really really like it. It's really good. I definitely highly recommend that. Let's see. Let's not talk about that just yet. Let's
I
save
know.
that
That's like the
for.
big finale
Yeah,
almost.
right. This one's kind of
Let's
funny.
talk about Rob
Let's talk
Liefeld.
about Rob Liefeld's Youngblood. This is a variant cover, and I don't know if anybody had heard this. I think with the last issue, they're doing variant covers where they are actually putting the like legacy numbering on it.
How
So,
so?
well, so you know how Marvel books have legacy numbering, where
Yeah,
it'll
like,
be,
oh, this is Wonder Woman like 13, but it's actually 850 or
well, Wonder
whatever.
Woman is a DC book, not a Marvel book, but
It's like it's a comic industry thing.
yes, yes. So Youngblood is counting up to issue 100 next month.
Oh.
And naturally, they use some wonky math to get to 100, just
Mm-hmm.
like Marvel does. I mean,
Yes.
I think a few years ago, Marvel put out like Miles Morales 200, or was it 300? I think it might have
They're
been
like, what number sounds good for sales?
Right, yeah, exactly. And it's like he had not appeared in 300 issues. They
Right.
were counting all like 150 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man, even the 100 issues before he was
What?
created. And I was like, I don't know about that, but whatever.
Yes.
But yeah, so Rob Liefeld is counting up to issue 100 of Youngblood, which comes out next month. So there's a variant cover that has this. This is issue 4 of the new series,
Okay.
but it's 99 with the legacy numbering. And so there are variants that have it's not really they're calling it like original numbering or whatever.
Sure.
So the previous issue I think also had like issue 98. So good luck finding a Youngblood 97 though. It doesn't exist. But anyway, that's really all I have to say about
Weird.
that.
What does it ring up as?
I mean, it's still, this is a variant cover, so it's still like Youngblood 5 or
Sure.
whichever issue it normally is. But I think the next issue will actually just be 100. They're not gonna, whatever. Absolute Wonder Woman comes out tomorrow. As still probably the best Absolute series, I think.
Sure.
I forget. Have you read any of it?
I read the first issue.
You read the first
Yes.
issue? Okay, yeah. You should definitely check out the trade. It's really good.
It's hard not to like just dive into all of them because I know they're all kind of like tying into different things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Sorry, I'm like
you're fine.
monitoring several different
I
things as
can
we're
start
doing this.
talking about Adventure Time, which is
Yeah,
the next
Adventure
one.
Time.
And we love that it's been following this like short story in the back that we met this person, Cleo,
Yeah, she's a in the St. Louis
like a
area. She's
St.
like the
Louis
locals of
native.
St. Louis now.
Oh, did she do a few pages in this one? Because I
Yeah, it
know she
looks
was
like
doing
it's
one page at a time,
the
and now it's like,
the previous issues were like 2 pagers, and
mm,
this looks like it's 4 pages in there. Oh,
yes.
it is the final.
Ah, okay.
Nice.
I just really love like she drew like this little like created this dog character that is
Yeah,
just adorable.
yeah, super cute. All right. Yep. So I have been enjoying Adventure Time as
Yes.
well, aside from the fact that we got to meet one of the artists that works
Sure,
on
yes.
it.
And she's also super nice. Like, like
She is.
sometimes it's hard to meet comic creators and find out that
Oh,
they're
yeah. They,
rude.
they say never meet your heroes.
Yes.
But anyway, let's see. Another comic. A quick plug. I love this comic, American Caper. If you like crime comics, check it out. Art by David Lapham, one of my favorites. Very, very good comic.
Nice.
Speaking of Youngblood, Blood Squad 7 yearbook comes out. This is not related to Youngblood. This is
Oh,
kind of a long explanation.
okay.
I've said it on the stream before. I don't have I talked to you.
No, I
Do
was
you know what this series is? Young Blood Squad 7.
I do not.
Okay, no, that's fine because it's fine. This is very clearly, like you can see from the logo, it's all done in a style of Youngblood. It's very similar to Rob Liefeld's Youngblood.
Yes.
And this is a series that's by Joe Casey, who has written Youngblood in the past. And his basic idea was to create a modern Youngblood for the Image universe, since
Oh,
Youngblood is not a part of the Image universe anymore. And then,
yes.
like a year later, Rob Liefeld announced that he was bringing Youngblood back to Image Comics. So now we have two kind of Youngblood
Isn't
teams.
that how it goes in the comic industry?
It really, really is. But I have been enjoying this comic quite a bit. It's slow moving, but it's fun because it bounces back and forth between like the flashbacks to the 90s, which would be like the original Youngblood
Sure.
team, and the modern day contemporary team that's trying to carry on the
Yes.
legacy.
I'll be
So
totally honest. Like when I see that on the shelf, I've mixed them both up in my head. Like
I
they're
mean,
just combined.
it's designed to be that way.
Yes.
It's like it's for. I don't even know if it's necessarily for Youngblood fans though, as much as it's for Joe Casey fans.
Sure. Makes
But
sense.
yeah, anyway, another book that I'm really enjoying, Death Fight Forever. This I wish I could show you pages from this because this is such a cool, colorful book.
You
This
could kind of like hold it up.
yes, I suppose I could. The artist on this issue
Oh, I
is
like the
Al.
retro.
Yeah, it's all like very 80s style. Al Gofa is the artist on this, and just like really cool
Yeah, the coloring
pages.
is super cool.
Yeah, psychedelic coloring. It's like 80s video game
I was about to
action.
say it does look like an old like video game cover if you look at the front.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like that's like designed to look like box
Yes.
art for a video game.
Yeah.
And this is written by Andrew McLean,
Oh.
who is he did Headlopper, which is a cool comic that I
Yes.
like,
Okay, yeah.
which we'll also be talking about shortly.
Yes.
But and like I said, art by different kind of underground indie artists. Like this one is Algofa. The previous
Oh,
issues I think were Alex Zarit, and there will be somebody else for the next issue. But
oh, very cool.
yeah, I this is a cool. Look at this double page spread.
That's
This
pretty
is a
sick.
cool comic. So check it out if you like, kind of like weird, intentionally retro kind of things.
Yes.
All right, I've been doing a lot of talking here, Susie. What's the you have a trade paperback here with you?
Yes, I do. So I haven't gotten a chance to read this yet, but I was particularly interested. So this one is called Someday Perfect, and it's by Kat Schneider. So this is like her breakout book. Like
Oh,
this is her
okay.
first big like graphic novel. And I guess what piqued my interest a little bit is that it's basically this girl that goes to like a Christian sleepaway camp. I
Oh,
think it's like
okay.
a Pentecostal one,
Sure.
and she develops a crush on a boy that's also like staying at the camp. And so the
Ooh.
book is themed around dealing with like romantic, like your first romantic crush as a kid in
Mm,
summer camp versus like faith and
Also
then
religion getting mixed up in
sexuality.
there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if you know this about me, but I was raised Catholic with like a hint of Mormon.
I was like, I did not know that. I knew there was it was a melange of
Yes.
different.
And so I was very curious to like see what like the interpretation would be, because
Mhm.
I think it would be interesting if it isn't just like either bashing religion or fully praising it, but rather
Yeah,
finding like a good middle ground
yeah,
to like you can still incorporate like faith in a positive way. So I'm curious to see like what where they're going with
yeah.
it.
I'm curious about that too. I might have to take a look at that.
Yes.
It like your brief description made me think of Craig Thompson's book Blankets, which was like a
Oh, I've heard
huge.
about that one. Yes.
I highly recommend you read it. It's
Okay.
because it's just about like balancing like it's a young adult kind of coming to terms with his upbringing and
Sure.
in those types of situations and like
Yes. Yeah.
his religious family and it's a really really good book. So now I'm
Yes.
kind of you saying that I'm curious
I
to
sold him on
check
the
that out.
comic.
You kind of did, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Something completely in the opposite direction of that. GI Joe Silent Missions. Another
Yes.
one of these issues have been really good. I like that they're just doing these tributes to the classic GI Joe number 21.
Yes.
They're
Now
all
remind me, this whole issue is like without speech bubbles, right?
correct. Yeah, that's why it's silent.
That's cool.
But this one is about Cobra characters. And
Oh.
I like that this one is about Copperhead. He is a cool Cobra character.
Yes, I like the
Uh,
swamp like fan
yeah, the
vehicle that they're on.
GI Joe had cool vehicles. Uh, but yeah, these are just
I forget what they're called.
like I don't know either. Actually,
Yeah,
swamp
they did it in Archer. I just or Gator.
gator, yeah, something like that. Another issue of Capes is out for all you Invincible fans who can't get enough Invincible. We have Battle Beast and we have Capes. I kind of like Kirkman is doing this pretty smart rather than just doing more Invincible because Invincible ended
Right.
and he's doing the animated series. He's just
Yeah.
doing these new books that tie into Invincible
Yes.
that'll give the Invincible fans more of that taste of
Oh
Invincible
yeah.
without just giving more Invincible, you know.
Yes.
And so
Like
that's
especially when this season wraps up. Like I think it's like next week or something. Like
yeah,
people are gonna be like thirsting for this.
yep. So this is I think this is the last issue of the original Cape series. It's been reprinted. This
Oh,
originally
okay.
was a 6 issue series that came out like 20 years ago, like
Gotcha.
when Invincible first started.
Yes.
And then with the next issue, it's going to be all new stories. So
Okay.
very
Very
cool
cool.
that they're keeping that going. Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Let's see here. Oh man, there's so many like regular books that I've been reading,
Oh my
but
gosh.
not a whole lot of new stuff to talk about. I will. Century number 2 comes out tomorrow. I'll just briefly mention it because it's a bit of a novelty because I don't read a lot of Marvel books these days,
Sure.
and so the fact that I'm reading a Marvel book, it caught my eye at all.
I think you brought up with Kia that you kind of liked the last issue.
Yeah, I did.
Where
I
they're
liked the
going
first
with
issue
it.
quite a bit. I have not read this one yet, so you'll probably have to wait till issue 3 to
Yes.
hear if my opinion has changed. But it's the original writer creator of Sentry, Paul Jenkins,
Okay.
and it feels very much like a sequel to the original Sentry story, not
Nice.
like bagged down by all the continuity of
Sure.
the past 20 years. Maybe that's changed with this issue. I cannot say. I've not read it, but so I'm curious to get to it. But yeah, I was shocked at how much I enjoyed the first issue of that. Also, been really enjoying the new Vertigo book, specifically The Peril of the Brutal Dark. This is just classic crime noir, pulpy action set in the 30s. There's like a supernatural element, and it is by Chris Condon and Jacob Phillips.
Nice.
They both did That Texas Blood, and the art is really great. Jacob Phillips, of course, is the son of Sean Phillips, who is the frequent collaborator with Ed Brubaker on Criminal and pretty much almost every book that Ed Brubaker does these days is with Sean Phillips. And
Sure.
those guys are just like top of the industry to the point where they just could do whatever they want.
That's
But
very.
I'm
I
really
do like the
enjoying
amount of
this.
like darkness and contrast there are.
Yeah, yeah. Jacob Phillips is a really good colorist too. I should say he colors his dad's work like on Criminal
Oh,
Intent
that's
stuff
cool.
too. So yeah, it's
Looks fantastic.
good, good looking book. I'm really this is probably my favorite of the new Vertigo books. Sam and I we've talked about Bleeding Hearts when that comes out. We both
Sure.
really like it, but I'm just a sucker for like pulpy detective.
Oh yeah, that's something that
You
you
know,
should read like at night with like one lamp on or something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. The
and
perfect
like
vibe.
a scotch and
Yes.
maybe a cigar. You know. Let's see here. Phantom of the Opera, Universal Monsters. These comics have all been really good. I am enjoying this one. I don't have like any connection to the Phantom of the Opera character. I've never
Sure.
seen the musical. I've never even seen an adaptation. I only know of the character from like parodies that have appeared in like The Simpsons or
Yes. I
something
was
like
just
that.
thinking that I feel
Yeah.
bad because I know it from like American Dad. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
something.
that kind of like everybody knows it from cultural osmosis. So I
Yes.
am getting to, as I understand it, this comic is basically following the original musical
Story.
pretty closely, according to Sam, who
Huh.
loves Phantom of the Opera and has seen it like performed
The
multiple
more I learn
times.
about Sam.
I know, what a goofball. Let's talk about him while he's not here.
Yes.
Uh, but yeah, so yeah, the Universal Monsters comics have all been great. I really like all of them. Rocketeer the Island. This is a variant cover by Dave Stevens. I really liked the first issue. It's like they're crediting this book as the reason I mean I'm sure they're doing variant covers with Dave Stevens just because Dave Stevens is the creator of the Rocketeer, but
Okay.
he passed away several years ago. But he's being credited as the like based on an idea by Dave Stevens because this was
Right.
an idea he had for a story that he never got
Got
to
to
write,
fulfill.
you know.
Yes.
So they took his outline, I guess, and wrote scripts in
Oh, nice.
and I it's first of all, it's exactly the type of thing that I like because it the
Style is
Rocketeer.
great.
Oh yeah, the cartoonist or cartoonist, the artist on this, he was I'm trying to remember his name. Is it Jacob Edgar? I think, and he drew parts of the Plastic Man series from a few years ago that I really
Oh,
liked.
yes.
He's got a like really good retro style, not retro in the way that Dave Stevens was, but more retro like a Darwin Cook. And
Yeah.
basically, this story is very simple. The Rocketeer gets hired to go find the missing Amelia Earhart, and he
Oh,
goes to an island where there are dinosaurs and also a giant ape. And I did
wild.
not realize in the first issue that like this is basically going to be King Kong meets Rocketeer or Rocketeer meets King Kong, but that's where it's building to.
Oh my
And
god, yeah, seeing the
and
next cover.
and it's literally like I should say, I at first I was like, oh, is it just going to be like an ape,
Like a giant
like
monkey or
a
something like
giant
that.
monkey? Oh well, Kong is not a monkey; he's an ape. There's a difference.
Yes.
But in the first issue, they have Popeye and Tintin in it, so they have all these other characters in it.
You know, I think that's the vibe I was picking up on
Yes,
with that.
yeah.
Was it was a very
So
Tintin style.
it is, yeah, and that's a good. I should have said that earlier. Yeah, it's very like you can tell that artist is drawing from Hergé, the creator of Tintin.
Yes.
But yeah, I really like Rocketeer the Island, and I mean, you know, what more do you want? King
Sure.
Kong and dinosaurs and
Adventures.
Popeye and
Yeah.
Rocketeer. Yeah, very cool. Okay, there are we just got like three new comics to briefly mention. We talked about Andrew McLean earlier. There's a new
He's
issue of
back again.
Headlopper. I'm so excited for this. I really like Headlopper. It's just, I mean,
Oh, I like these guys on the back.
oh
They're
yeah, yeah. I
great.
mean, like I'm such a sucker for lizard people. That's
Yes.
like my go-to like monster. I like lizard people. And so yeah, I'm really glad it's been 10 years since the first Headlopper came out. So this is
No kidding.
kind of a 10-year anniversary. Andrew McLean writing and drawing a new Headlopper comic. Um, just cool stuff. Like yeah, look at that.
Oh, that's
Oops,
fantastic.
yeah, beautiful.
That's
Like
fantastic.
and it's a barbarian comic. He's got a really unique style. Like it's the opposite of Conan the Barbarian. You
Sure.
know, it's very he's using like simple cartooning shapes to design his
Yes.
characters, and it works really well because it's ultra violent and
Sure. Like if I was teaching a character design class, like I would be leaning
oh
more
yeah,
towards
it's
like
such a
this,
great design.
like
And
in terms
he's
of silhouettes.
yeah, he's just this giant barbarian Viking guy, and he's
Yeah.
carrying
He's
around
just
the
like
head of
a
a
brick
witch.
house, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And also very, very good. Highly recommend this. Can't get enough Headlopper. New book that is coming out tomorrow is Corpse Night.
Yeah.
I read this issue and I thought it was okay.
Okay. What's it about?
It takes place during the Hundred Years' War in France in 1429.
Ah,
And like this is another one of those I've made this complaint before about a lot of new comics do this where it's like you can't really describe what's it about without just spoiling everything that happens in the first issue.
sure.
And but it you should be evident like from the cover that there is probably some kind of reanimated maybe zombie type of person
Yes.
who is a knight, and that character who is on the front cover has a person, a companion, maybe a relation with them. And long story short, they go on a quest to find a historical figure of that era. I don't even want to
Ah.
spoil it too much, but it was like it. This is another one of those things where it's like the art is really good. The artist, actually, speaking of uh, the Universal Monsters books, Matthew Roberts, I believe he was the artist on the Creature from the Black Lagoon
Oh, very
Universal
cool.
Monsters book, and so this is a really good looking book. It is created and written by Michael Chavez, who he works in Hollywood. I think he's a director. He's probably done it. I mean, the credits on here reference the Conjuring movies. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
know if he created the Conjuring or if he's just worked on them.
Yes.
In the back, it talks about how he wrote this script for this while he was directing The Nun 2.
Oh,
I
interesting.
have no official opinion on any of those movies other than I'm not interested in seeing them.
Sure.
So I guess that is an official opinion, but I haven't actually seen them, but I'm not interested in seeing them.
It's not his genre.
Yeah, so this book definitely feels like a comic written by somebody from the film world, where it's like it it feels like the opening scene to a first episode, not a first episode in and of itself, if that makes sense as an issue.
Oh, okay.
You know what I
Yes, I
mean?
get what you're
Where I
saying.
feel like I was like it's like good, but it didn't feel substantial enough
Sure.
for like a full comic book issue. And I think that's something you often see from people that are not well versed in
Right.
comics, you know. But anyway, I am curious to see kind of where it goes,
Yeah.
because they're kind of playing with history and magical realism. So like
Yes.
there is a it is a corpse, like
Yeah.
but anyway,
And he is a knight.
and he is a knight,
So.
yeah. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. All right, we got one more book we're going to talk about, and that's probably the book that most people are anticipating coming
Yep.
out tomorrow, and that is Spider-Man Superman #1.
Not to be confused with Superman Spider-Man #1.
Correct. This is another one of Marvel and DC's crossovers that they did the Batman Deadpool, and we are just going to go out of our way to reiterate, just like Batman Deadpool, DC published one issue and Marvel is publishing another issue, and they are not the same comic.
Yes.
I know that there are a million variant covers, and so you
Mhm.
might think it's just 127.
Oh, they're printing this again.
Yeah,
You know?
it's not a third printing. This is a new issue, and the way you can tell is that the one that came out last month was published by DC, and so
Mhm.
its title was actually DC Marvel Superman Spider-Man. This one is Marvel DC Spider-Man Superman.
Believe it. It is harder on us than it is on you.
It is. I think people have mostly figured it out now. I think
Oh,
it
yeah.
was Deadpool Batman, I think, is what really confused people.
Yes.
But
like trying to find this comic on like our point of sale system.
yeah,
Something else.
There's a lot of them. But did you get a chance to like flip through this at all?
I read the main story of this
Oh, okay.
one. So
Did you read the previous DC issue?
I did not.
Oh, okay. So I have read both. I like similar to the Batman
Is there
Deadpool
a
one.
clear favorite?
Yes, and it's the DC issue.
Gotcha.
So I definitely liked the previous issue more than this one, but I generally like
Someone's not
DC.
getting a job with Marvel.
That's that ship sailed a long time ago. Uh, but so you read this. What did you think of it?
So, like, the interesting thing is, I don't have like the backstory with either of these characters the way that you have.
It's true. You know,
So, like, I don't have like decades of reading experience.
some might say a lifetime.
Yes. And so, like, I thought it was sweet. I get what they were going for with like the
Hmm.
reasons why both of them
Kind of do what they
do
do.
what they do,
Yeah,
like why they do it. And then, like, it was a very nice family moment at the end with like, you're just like dancing around
I am. Yeah,
with
you got to keep it visually interesting.
Yes.
Since I can't flip through. I guess I could show off like the art in this one. This story is written by Brad Meltzer and art by Pepe Larraz. And I actually don't want to show off too many pages because I feel like there's a little bit of a spoiler,
Sure.
you know.
About like where they are.
Yeah, and like what's going on. So
I will say, like, knowing what, like, that the issues are separate
mm-hmm,
and like that they're two different like writing creative teams and stuff like
mm-hmm.
that. When I started reading this, I felt like I missed something.
You did ask me if this was a direct continuation of the
Right.
previous issue.
Because it starts right in the middle of the action and like they're in a
Now,
location.
what was the term that I gave you earlier?
On media res?
That's pretty close. In media res, yes.
In media res.
Where it starts in the middle of the story.
Yes.
And that's, yes, you don't really know why or how Superman and Spider-Man got into the situation
Right.
they're in. It just starts with them in.
Yes. I will say, God bless, it wasn't one of those where it's like it starts right in the middle of the action. And it's like the first 2 pages, it's like it's in the middle of the action and then cut 7 weeks before.
Yeah, there's no flashback, thankfully.
I hate that.
Yeah. That
Or like it like starts the whole story in like the middle and it's like, I bet you're wondering how I got in this situation.
I mean that's actually the worst thing you could do. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was fine.
So it's yeah, as someone who's like grown up with these characters and like attached a lot of your personality, I would say, to their ideals. What do you think about like how they handled the story?
It was okay. It just felt very, I don't know. The characters didn't feel as comic booky as Mark Waid's version did. Like Mark
Okay.
Waid's version in the previous one just felt like the classic versions of the characters. This
Yes.
one felt a little bit more. Admittedly, it's more of like written for a modern audience, and I don't necessarily like
Sure.
the way those characters are written. There's too many like
Quips?
self-aware meta quips,
Yes.
you know, and I
Who
just
the
like
heck carries kryptonite in their utility belt?
yeah, I kind of get like sick of all that like self-referential. Like, yes, I get it. Comic book, you know, characters
Yes.
make jokes about stuff, but like it felt like jokes we've heard before many times.
Sure.
So it didn't wow me with that. Whereas I feel like the other one didn't waste any time with that. Like,
Yeah.
It just was like a really solid classic Spider-Man and Superman story.
Yes. I did like how it ended a bit on like a schmaltzy note because as we're going back to schmaltziness, it is like it's a crazy world we're living in right now. So I'll take like the cute like Aunt May arm wrestling.
Yeah, that was fine. It's not bad. I just like I definitely prefer the other issue.
Oh sure. Yes.
The one thing I will say, did you read any of the backup stories?
I did not. So I was putting stickers on Free Comic Book Day.
That's right.
Books.
Free Comic Book Day coming up. Not this weekend, the weekend after. And we are prepping for it big time.
You have your costume getting ready, right?
I guess so. But so one thing I will say is I think I like the backup stories in this issue more than the backup stories in the other one. Yeah. There's a couple of solid ones. There is I really liked, if you know me, you might be shocked to hear this. I really liked, there's a short story that's by Dan Slott and Marcos Martin. And I was not a big fan of the Dan Slott era of Spider-Man.
Okay.
But he's writing, as you can see,
is it noir?
Spider-Man Noir with Golden Age Superman.
Oh,
And so
shut
it's like
up.
you can see it's like the Fleischer animated era Superman. And
Yes.
so that one felt
That's
really
a
appropriate.
cool.
And Marcos Martin is a great artist for that because he's got like he can just do that retro side. Like let's just observe it not
Yes.
on camera. And I don't even want to put this on camera because it's a spoiler. But this is such a great page. Yeah, like
That's great.
yeah, it's really
I
good.
know what it's referencing.
Yeah, you should get
so
that
you
one.
should pick it up so you could get what we're laughing about.
That's right. I will say the reference is actually on one of these shirts. So yeah, that was a really good backup story. There's some other ones that are solid. My other favorite one was there is a Thor story written by Jason Aaron, art by Russell Dodderman.
Yeah.
And it is the Jane Foster Thor era that
Interesting.
Jason Aaron wrote. And part of the reason I really liked this is because I think this is the only story in all four of the crossover issues, the Batman, Deadpool, and Superman, Spider-Man, where a creator took this opportunity to cross over Jack Kirby's Thor mythology with Jack Kirby's Fourth World mythology that he did at both publishers. Because, and I was telling Sam about this earlier, Jack Kirby always like the original idea for the New Gods and the Fourth World was as a continuation of Thor.
Sure.
Like he wanted to do it at Marvel, and he first of all, Jack Kirby's pitch was probably not good. Hey Stan, let's kill one of our most popular characters and stop publishing it, and then we can do all these new characters. And Stan said no. We're not going to do that. So I can't really blame Stan for that one.
Yes.
But so this is finally like it's my complaint is that this story is too short. It deserves to be a full issue of Darkseid killing Odin and destroying the Asgardian pantheon, and then like Jane Foster getting the Thor hammer to like carry on the legacy. And
that's really cool.
And then like and Wonder Woman is in it too, and it's because like it's just it's good. It's I liked it quite a bit actually. Yeah, like you can see Wonder Woman there.
That's cool.
With Jane Foster Thor. Yeah,
I'm so used to seeing Russell Dodderman's like covers and stuff like that. So it's really cool to see like his actual like interior comic work.
Right. And so again, that also kind of goes into my complaint about these crossovers that they're doing is like I kind of wish they wouldn't have these backup stories in it and just release a couple of more issues of like fuller stories. Like
there's something, it's almost like they frame these comics where like which images would look good on like a BuzzFeed article.
Yeah, or a variant cover, you know.
Right. Because like I think of the boss battles.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, oh, it's so cool. We get to see like the Joker versus Annabelle and like all that stuff, but it's really just like half a page.
Exactly. It was like barely in the comic.
But like this looks good in like a Bleeding Cool article, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
you just put that one panel on there.
And like everyone will buy it.
And then it turns out that's all it is in the issue is that one panel.
So there's never enough time to like develop any of these like cool things that they're jam packed into the issue.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the Superman Spider-Man issue from last month, there are a whole bunch of variants. I forgot to grab a bunch of extra ones to show off different ones they have. I think my personal favorite though has got to be the Eric Larson Cyborg variant with Cyborg Superman and Cyborg Spider-Man. Did you know Spider-Man was briefly a cyborg in the 90s? Spider-Man, yeah. As seen on this cover. You didn't know
I didn't know about Spider-Man.
Did you?
I knew about Superman, sorry.
Yeah.
Mix them up.
Yeah, you knew about Superman. He was part of the whole reign of the Superman.
But I forgot about Spider-Man.
Yeah, well, it was only for like a story. It was like a couple of issues of Eric Larson's run. It wasn't really like a big deal the way Cyborg Superman was. Yeah. But still, I think that's fun. Classic. You know, I'm a sucker for the 90s.
Where's my composite Superman cover?
Oh, I would love. Yeah. You'd have to do, what would you, composite Superman with, which like version of Spider-Man would it be? I think like, would you do like Man Spider or where like he had the 6 arms?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you'd have like 4 arms?
Spider Hulk. That's it, where Spider-Man turned into the Hulk at one point, and you could.
But then that's like a composite of like 3 characters.
Well, yes, composite Superman is like Batman, Superman,
right?
And then Spider Hulk is Spider-Man Hulk.
Oh.
What?
Were the halves of the body weird? Because like it was like Hulk like really big and like the
No, it was
Spider-Man,
just
and
it
he
basically was
walking
just like
around.
Hulk in a Spider-Man costume, but it was all torn up because he like
Sure.
bulked out of it.
Ah,
All
that's
right,
great.
yeah. So I'm
Good talk.
disappointed. Where was that? Where was that cover? Come on,
Right? It was
Marvel,
right there.
DC,
You know
right
what? We need
there.
to get a job with them.
Oh, we'll just make our own. We'll make our own cover.
We'll make our own Blood Squad 7 or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. All right, everybody. That's all we got really to show off today.
Mhm.
So tune in next week. We'll get our technical difficulties figured
Yes.
out, and we'll be hopefully. Hopefully we will. I don't know. I don't want to make any promises.
It's charming.
Yeah, charming.
We're not
Yeah,
like
that's
one
what
of
it is.
those big
Yeah, we're
corporate.
not like a big studio or anything.
Yes, no AI involved.
That is absolutely true. All right, everybody. Like
As
our friend Dan
always
says, there's comics out there for everybody. It's not just superheroes. Sometimes it is
Headlopper
Headlopper or Conan
or
or lots
Phantom
of
of the Opera.
yeah, Phantom of the Opera. Lots of violence one way or the other. But sometimes it's also
About
graphic
like
novels about
Christian summer camps and finding your first love.
so on and so forth. All right, everybody. We're out of here. We'll see y'all next
We'll see
time.
you guys.
Bye.